Welcome back, everybody, to the Buds Podcast, episode 34. And that took about 3 times to do there. But we've had what you could say a lackluster week in sports. Not much has happened. The MLB is starting to come back from all their postponements of games. The Marlins finally played their first game today. I think they're 6-2, 6-1 now, something along that line. They're one of the best teams in the MLB still. The NBA bubble started to pop off. We're starting to see a lot of unlikely stars coming from there. Like I think we talked about TJ Warren on Monday's episode, how we were mentioning him as an MVP candidate. I think that Monday he actually went off for like another 34.
Yeah, he had another 30 something that night.
Yeah. I think today was his lowest scoring, and he had like 18 or 16, something like that. But I mean, he's been going
when you
off.
play the Suns, that happens.
You can only carry Oladipo so far.
And yeah, I mean, we jump in right there to what you said, Nick. The Suns, they're making one of the most unlikely runs in this bubble. Right.
Kind of called it at the beginning that they're going to win out.
They basically have to win out. They had to win all 8 games to make it to the playoffs, or at least to a play-in tournament, which could get them to the playoffs. I don't know how the play-in tournament's going to work exactly. I
think I heard you have to be the 9th seed, and
you have to be within 4 games. It's something weird.
Yeah, but you have to be like 9th.
Which right now, every single team is within 4 games. So I don't know again how that's gonna work. Like, it's gonna be weird.
Something dumb.
But yeah, right now, the Pelicans, or not the Pelicans, Phoenix. They're on a 3 or 4 game win streak.
I think the Suns have won 4 now.
Or is it 4?
Yeah, so now they're the 4 game win streak. So yeah, them and the Raptors are the only undefeated teams in the bubble, which some could say the Raptors saw that coming, but no one saw Phoenix coming. Phoenix has defeated now.
They've been good teams too, Phoenix.
Yeah, they've defeated the Mavs, the Suns, or the Mavs, the Clippers, the Pacers, which had potential bubble MVP TJ Warren on it, and the Wizards, which was kind of a given there. But every game has been dominant except the Mavs and Clippers, which have been the same exact score, actually, 117 to 115. So they're playing the good teams tight, and they're blowing out the average to bad teams. So the Suns, I mean, they might if they make the AC, they might give the Lakers a run for their money there.
No, not without
Booker would go crazy.
Who would you vote for that game more, or root for that series?
The one that's gonna win it. The Lakers.
I mean,
if no Baines, then they're not beating the Lakers.
I don't.
Baines came back.
Yeah,
he's back now.
Back.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, a tough one then.
AD's gonna be getting clamped all game if that happens.
Imagine having to go against Aaron Baines and Chuck Diallo all game, with a little bit of Frank Kaminsky.
Yeah, no, Aaron Baines is not back yet.
Oh, okay, good.
He is not.
Not good for the Suns' sake, but
no, but yeah,
it's really hurting Baines' MVP chances because they're showing they can win without him.
True. Now another team that's starting to not say show out really, but the Denver Nuggets. They're starting to do pretty decent. Their young core they're building there. They got Michael Porter Jr. He's a rookie, but he's just been like thrown in their starting rotation, and he's averaging about he's
putting insane numbers up.
Yeah, so I don't think he played in this first game against. Oh no, he did. Okay, so in his first game he had 11 points against the Heat. Second game against the Thunder, he went off here for 37 points and 12 rebounds.
He's basically doing what everybody figured he would do. Like when he got healthy and he's healthy again.
Third game here against San Antonio, he went off for 30 and 15. And then against the Trailblazers today, I believe, he went off for we'll get to that guy in a second. He went off for 27 and 12. So he's averaging a good
getting a double every game.
Yeah, he's averaging a good 27-ish, 25 maybe because that first game, but a good 25 and 12, which is great numbers for being a rookie. Well, is he – this is his second –
Yeah, because he didn't play originally.
Yeah,
I
this
think
is
he
the
played
first
like
time he
five-
played this year.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think he played like a few games, but that was it.
Yeah, I think he played I think he had like an Embiid type rookie year where he played a couple
Yeah.
games, but then he just rehabbed for the rest. So
Mhm.
these are his first actual games, and he's showing that he's a superstar in this league. He's showing what he would have done in college and dominate. His back's looking amazing after he had back surgery like 2 or 3 times, I think.
Now he's
Yeah, that's
carrying
what-
the Nuggets.
That's why he fell in the draft.
No, but I read something today that the Nuggets are really a team with a bright future with him and Bobo. I mean, Bobo obviously is not showing out in the bubble like he was in the practice games, but if he can do what he was doing in those practice games and develop his game more, him and Michael Porter Jr. are a deadly duo.
And Jokic and Jamal Murray are relatively young too. Still.
Oh yeah, Jokic is like 27, if that,
Yeah.
maybe 26. They didn't sign him
Has
to a long
Jokic signed
contract.
long term yet?
I was gonna
Yeah.
say 25 or 26 or something like that.
You run a lineup of Murray, a random shooting guard, Bobo, Michael Porter, and Jokic. That's a god squad.
I mean, for what it's worth, Gary Harris is probably still young too. He's probably just almost getting to 30.
but I
if
mean,
that.
you gotta think about money situation at that point.
Well,
You
yeah,
gotta
but I
have-
mean,
Or Will
Gary
Barton?
Harris really gonna get that much money?
true.
He's not like Buddy Hield. Him and Buddy Hield are like the same thing, but somehow Buddy Hield got paid.
Because Buddy Hield went to Sacramento. That's why.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're in
Um,
an irrelevant place.
Now another team that's starting to not really show out, but the Portland Trailblazers. They're a half game behind Memphis now. Memphis is struggling now with Jaren Jackson out with a torn ACL, I believe. Torn ACL or meniscus, I can't remember.
Yeah, there was meniscus.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I could easily see them derailing them. I don't think Brandon Clark is ready for a starting position.
I thought he already was starting.
No, he was.
Oh
he was,
yeah, never mind.
he was their backup, kind of small forward, power forward. I don't think he's ready for a starting position with that team yet. So I think Portland will battle with Phoenix there for the A spot. But yeah, Portland, Melo's going off. He's hit 2 or 3 clutch shots to put them into overtime or tie the game at least. So
It's vintage Melo.
yeah, I was gonna say Melo's really back in his prime. He's starting,
He said once you have it, it never leaves.
and he posted on his Instagram him rebounding the ball. And
Yeah.
what did it say? It said,
Says I got it. FOH.
yeah.
I mean, honestly, the Trailblazers could give the Lakers a run for their money.
No, honestly, if we're being completely honest, I was joking about the Phoenix thing, but the Trailblazers aren't a team to mess with. Damian Lillard dropped 41 today, something along that line. If Damian Lillard can be in his prime, like his prime playoff form, he can definitely be something not to mess around with. And I don't think the Lakers, other than LeBron, I mean, you have LeBron and AD as your 2 best defenders. Who's going to be down there for their big man, really? I mean, because the Portland has Whiteside and Nurkic. Like,
Yeah, but neither one of them can shoot, so you don't have to worry about that.
They probably have the
just worry
best
about-
like
they have to worry about-
centers, like center duo.
Yeah, but JaVale's a good defender in the paint.
okay, if you're giving me JaVale or Whiteside, I'm taking Whiteside.
Well, yeah, but you can't pin it up against that when they're going against each other.
JaVale.
I mean,
Muggy.
I'm just saying, like, JaVale's not a bad defender. Like, I
Not
think
the
he
best.
was leading the league in blocks for like half the season.
He's not.
Him and
but-
Dwight,
Only thing is JaVale like plays less than 20 minutes.
yeah.
because he's got asthma. He
But yeah,
does.
I think they could definitely take him to like a 5-6 game series and definitely give the Lakers a scare. Lakers will
Maybe
pull.
5.
I would say we know Lakers will pull.
Well,
away.
in a bubble, I don't know, but
I don't know.
Well, I guess if Lillard makes 9 threes like he did tonight, then
I would
it's
say
so much
Lillard-
easier to shoot the ball there.
I think we talked about it in I don't even think we talked about it, but NBA players are saying that
Yeah,
it's
we talked about it last week.
We
or
did
last
okay,
episode.
but
Yeah,
how it's a
how
lot
Terrence
easier to
Ross.
shoot in the bubble because of depth perception. And no, I
Mhm.
think it wasn't on the video because we all mentioned that we saw it on TikTok.
Oh, it might have been, but I swear we talked about it in here on the episode too.
I don't know, we might, but how the NBA players are saying that the depth perception is a lot better because in like an NBA stadium you have like all that space behind it, but in this it's like a high school court because you got nothing behind it, so it's a lot easier to shoot because you see the baskets like right there, and you're not like I don't know. I don't know how it works exactly, but they're saying
I
it's,
get what it means. Like, it just feels like it's closer.
yeah,
'cause
no,
you don't
like,
have as
yeah,
much
I
going
get what it
on.
means. It's just hard to explain, I guess, but it just feels like the basket's a lot closer, so they're not shooting for the stars at that point, and they can kind of be more under control and shoot like they do in practice and like more stuff. So that's one that's gonna be an advantage to them. I'm sorry.
It's just like
Kinda
TJ
like-
Warren pulling up again.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, other than those things, I think there's about 4 games left for each team. They're about at the halfway point of the bubble. So, let me see how much more games we have here.
I think most teams have done half of them already.
Should be close.
Yeah, we got till the Friday the 14th. So that's gonna be the last game. Last game of the bubble is gonna be Nuggets versus Raptors. It looks like, maybe. There's 4 teams that play that day, or 4 games that day. 76ers versus Rockets, Heats versus Pacers, Thunder versus Clippers, Nuggets versus Raptors. And it might be that Heat versus Pacers game, because I feel like that's going to determine a lot there. So that might be last game of the night. But yeah, we got a week left in the bubble, and then play-in tournament after that. If there has to be one, which there more than likely with how the West is looking, there is going to be one. So
I just want to point out one thing. I know they lost, and the scoreboards or like the stat sheet's not going to show it or whatever. Just by looking at the score, but the Heat looked really good today without Jimmy Butler and Dragic. I mean, I know Dragic isn't a big thing, but without Jimmy Butler, they kept mentioning Kevin Harlan and I think it was Reggie Miller kept mentioning how, like, not to favoritize, but how Duncan Robinson and then Tyler Hero and someone else like just put like Nunn and I think someone else. It was like all the rookies and Duncan Robinson were putting the team on their back and like were beating the Bucks for a while, and then the Bucks just finally came back in the fourth quarter and beat them. But I mean, the reason why the score looks so bad is because the Bucks went on a 20-3 run in the last like 2 minutes. Really,
yeah, I was gonna say
destroyed them, but
with like 10 minutes left in the fourth,
it was back and forth the entire time.
And they were winning by like a good 10 points. And then
Yeah, it was I guess I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched like the second half, but they said the Heat were winning all game. The Bucks would come back, and the Heat would pull away again. And it just got to be too much where they didn't have. It was just the young guys making mistakes down the stretch, and where the Bucks just pulled away.
Yeah, I mean,
the Bucks haven't even looked dominant yet.
They have not. They lost to
kind of like the Lakers.
Actually, something you would mention about the Bucks is they lost to a team that only had one player that played starting quality minutes this year, and that was Tyler Johnson.
Yeah, they lost like a G League team.
No, they basically said it was a G League team that they lost to. Because here, I'll go through the.
But I think they benched like Giannis and Middleton like the second half though. But still,
here we go. So they lost to the Brooklyn Nets, 119 to 116, and the Nets. This was the Nets starting roster: Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot, Tyler Johnson, Garrett Temple. I'm gonna butcher this name. Ronris Krugas. I don't know how to say his name. But then Lance Thomas.
They got shooters.
And yeah, and then their whole bench was a bunch of G Leaguers.
Dante Hall.
Yeah, Dante Hall.
I think Giannis got a fight.
Yeah. The one that Giannis attacked.
Mm-hmm.
Or tried to.
Never mind. I was gonna say where was Karis LeVert and Joe Harris, but they both were injured apparently.
And Jamal. Did Jamal not play either?
I think they all just rested.
He played 6 minutes.
Jamal, I think Jamal Crawford got injured like 5 minutes in.
Yeah, probably.
Jeez.
I doubt it if he did, but
it's getting bad for them.
Yeah, but I mean, Bucks aren't as strong as we thought they were. They did clinch the East today, so I mean that's something positive. I don't think
that was gonna happen.
They have the best record in the league right now at 55-14.
Yeah, they were saying that game only affected the Heat because that means that the Sixers get within one game of them now.
The Sixers haven't looked that good either, though.
No, that would be.
Or no, it was the Pacers, I think.
The Pacers.
Yeah, they're lucky the Pacers lost today.
Yeah. Because right now, Pacers are like 1 game behind. Sixers are 1.5. And then Brooklyn is, I don't even know that number. They're 22.5 behind Brooklyn or behind Milwaukee. So
That's
that's to
tough.
say anything. But yeah, I mean, we're seeing some. What was that?
Nobody
Oh, I
said
thought you were gonna
anything.
say something.
Yeah, nobody said anything.
All right, sorry about that. But I was say we're seeing some dominant showings from random people. I think you were hinting at it more when you were sending me pictures today, but you think because a lot of the trend right now is trading cards going up.
I'm gonna get into it. I'm telling you. I just haven't pulled the trigger yet.
Like on TikTok, it's really big because this guy bought a TJ Warren for $1, sold it after his 50-something point game, and it went for like I think he sold it for like $100, $200, something crazy
Mhm.
like that. But it's just these crazy things that like
They predict them. Like somebody predicted Bobo, and everybody's buying up Duncan Robinson right now, even though his price was like already in the 20s to 30s as it was. But like they're saying it's gonna go up even higher.
yeah, it's hard. It's really hard to guess though.
Next is Michael Porter Jr. coming.
Yeah,
Oh,
Michael Porter.
He's probably already there.
Yeah, he already got mentioned. He's already skyrocketed. There's like this group of guys that like come together and they like agree upon somebody it's gonna happen to, and they just are right. I don't know how, but
Yeah.
Loki, we gotta do that.
I mean, we can
I gotta do
that.
some more research on what cards it is. So they said like they said
We'll
they go
pick
for
up Mo
prisms.
Wagner.
They go for rookie prisms and something else. So, like they just know exactly what card it's gonna be, and then it just goes.
Maybe for Monday's episode, we can throw out a couple sleepers out there.
I feel like it's the thing though. It's like this group of guys that know each other that have bought out all these cards, and they're just making videos to say like, "Yo, I think this is gonna go good," and then they start raising their own prices that they're listed for
Low
to make it look like it's selling, so that way they can sell their
Or they're
cards.
just psychic.
Yeah.
Because they're just sitting on them. They want to get rid of them, and they just make we think these are going up, or these are the prices of these are going up. Get it before it goes all the way up. Because like they'll say one day a card's at $30, and the next day it's back down to like 12. Because they post them all that high, and then people buy them, and then they just bring them back down to make it look like nothing ever happened.
I mean, that's smart.
That's what I think it is. Just a bunch of these guys sitting on these cards. They get together like, oh, let's say this person's price is gonna get boosted, and we pulled up, and we're gonna say it's gonna go even higher, and then we just get lower and back down.
That's a
Should do
great
that for,
move,
we should
though.
do that for baseball.
Yeah. You low-key could.
Get Jacoby Jones.
It's probably going crazy.
Taking right off of that, moving into baseball, not MLB, but the KBO. Obviously, haven't talked about KBO in a while. It's not a real hot subject to talk about, but we are going to do as promised. Mid-season, I think you said we're about 78 games through, Nick. So we want to give our MVPs, not rookie of the year because we don't know who's a rookie, but MVP, Cy Young, Triple Crown, just go through and just give out our random awards here. I think starting off,
easy.
we can go off with our MVP here. This guy kind of ran away with it after we stopped doing KBO videos. Guy kind of just ran away with the
He
award.
came out of nowhere.
But Mel Rojas Jr., he's leading the league in average with a.
Didn't we mention him later on?
What?
Didn't we mention him later on after that? Like
Yeah,
a
I think
few
we
videos
We
ago.
mentioned him a little bit in one video.
Yeah, I think when we did our last KBO video, we mentioned him, but then he's just skyrocketed since then. But he's leading the league in 5 of the 6 major categories that they keep. In averages, he's leading the league with 392. Home runs, he's leading the league with 27. RBIs, he's leading the league with 70. Hits, he's leading the league with 115. And on base percentage, he's leading the league with a 451. So he's just going off right now.
That's all in like 73 games, I think he's playing.
Yeah, he's having like one of the best years of his career in MLB or KBO. So I mean, I think that due diligently, or however you say the word, I don't care. But I think he deserves the MVP as of right now. And I mean, obviously, Triple Crown goes to him at this rate that he's going.
He is the Triple Crown right now.
Yeah. I would say there's no one really competing with him except at average and then RBI. But home run he leads by 8 right now. No one's catching up to him, except maybe Roberto Ramos, Joe's father. He's at 19. So yeah, that's the only real close person. And then I think the Cy Young.
I think Cy Young's pretty easy too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't look at these stats before, but I don't know. It's hard.
I'm just sitting on Warwick.
I
Either
mean,
way.
I think it's Chang Moku.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Chain Moku.
Just because NC's still first place.
Between him and Dan Straley.
The only thing with Straley is his team's not that good.
Yeah.
I'm a ride with Warwick.
I don't know where Warwick's at.
I don't think
He was the
on
best
any of
pitcher
these
in the
top
league
fives.
for
I think he became like the worst.
the first 2 weeks.
Oh, his
so
ERA is 4.9 now.
Okay.
it's gonna happen to you.
5-9 record.
And I think kind of plays into that two things right there. Our next two awards: best American player and best Korean player.
Warwick.
Mel Rojas.
Is Rojas American?
I believe so.
Should we do a quick background check?
Yeah, I'm doing. If I can get to my fact.
Yeah, he's American.
Okay. And then I was gonna throw out our Moku here. Let's see if he's Korean real fast before we make any. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's the best Korean player too.
Yeah.
I mean, he's one of the most dominant pitchers in the league. He has been since opening day, when he had a 0 ERA for like 3 or 4 games, and I mean, honestly, I could probably see him in the league in the next couple of years, without a doubt. He's still young.
Probably.
He's 23 years old, which I did not know he was that young until I just checked where he was from.
Usually these top Korean pitchers always become in the major leagues.
So yeah, I could see him. I could see a lot of these guys making their way back in the league because the Korean league was so big this year during quarantine and everything. Like I think ESPN has to air all their games until the end of the season because they signed a contract with them. Cause I wake up every once in a while now, and I just see like a Korean baseball game, and I like.
You only wake up once in a while?
Yeah.
Only once in a while.
When I feel like it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I still get notifications at night about them streaming on Twitch that I still can't watch.
So now, we kind of made our self-proclaim who we were following and like our team. Me and Nick went with Doosan. They're currently sitting third in the standings at 43 and 32 with 1 draw. And then who was your team, Mort? I forget.
The Giants.
The Busan
they
Giants.
fell off.
Lotte Giants. They're 37 and 35. They're 7th.
Still floating above 500.
Which a lot of teams are actually. 7 out of the 10 teams are above 500. So
that's all you can ask for.
Yeah, I mean it's just like the MLB. All you need is 500 and make the playoffs.
Okay.
Mhm.
Dixon Machado's actually batting 305 now.
Hey, that's why I said you just had to give him a second.
7 home runs, 45 RBIs,
He's hit more home runs there than he did in his major league career, though.
and 7 stolen bases. And he bounced back a bit.
And now the best team in the league still, actually they're tied with
Wait, how does Kiwoom play way more games? They have the same amount of wins, but Kiwoom's played like 5 more games.
I don't know, that's weird.
They get postponed too?
A lot of these games are being postponed, so
Korean players getting COVID still?
maybe. You never really heard anything out of them, but
Really haven't really heard any news.
I haven't seen anything about their fans that they let in.
yeah,
I haven't seen a game with the
I
fans.
think everything's going smoothly over there. So
Still can't eat the chicken.
I think you can't eat chicken. No, that's no go.
No chickens
that-
allowed
that's
still.
No,
disagreeing.
I mean, I like chicken. I will admit it.
Now, moving on from the KBO to the MLB. We got the Marlins finally came back, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video. They're sitting at 6-1, I do believe. So
Yeah, they just beat up the Orioles.
yeah. I mean, like you expected though, Orioles. Even the Orioles were kind of doing good,
I mean, the Orioles shut down the Rays.
but I
somehow.
mean, the Marlins are just a different breed with the COVID in their blood for some reason.
Yeah, that's what I said.
And I think they had to like get random players on their roster too, because they still had players out from it. So they just
I
added
said it was
all
gonna
these guys on
supercharge
waiver.
them.
Like I saw they signed like Logan Forsythe.
Scott Schrebler just went somewhere too.
Yeah, I mean, Marlins probably best. I mean, they have an 857 win percentage right now. Not bad.
They're first in the NL East, I think.
They are. So I mean, go Marlins. If you're a Marlins fan, honestly, they don't got much to show for, but if you got COVID in your blood, I mean, maybe that's something. Maybe the Cardinals are gonna come back and go crazy too, since they went to the casino and decided to postpone a whole bunch of other games too. But
They kind
They
of
wanted to go
finesse.
crazy.
Nick, I would like to talk to you about Mr. Max Scherzer and your whole entire fantasy team.
Oh my.
How are you feeling with all these ILs that are happening to you?
I'm currently, I'm sure it's not on the IL yet, but right now I have 4 guys that are confirmed on the IL. So we're just working through that right now.
See, that's how I was at the beginning of the season. I had like 4 to 6 guys on the IL, and I really struggled. Still won my first week, but now I'm only down to 1 guy on the IL and Chapman. So
It's okay. I have like 6 guys I haven't played in 3 weeks. So
I'm hoping
I had
Scherzer
to
doesn't
put-
end up on the IL.
I swear the Phillies just don't play games anymore.
I don't know how.
Actually, they played
they
tonight
were
though.
postponed for a bit.
Yeah.
I was just about to say I don't understand how the Marlins came back before the Phillies.
They actually
So
played
the
tonight.
Phillies played the Yankees.
They did
Yeah.
okay.
They won. I had to put Yadier Molina on my IL. Got another catcher.
It was somebody else. I mean, the Tigers don't played in a week. Seems like somebody else got postponed. I don't remember.
Tigers play.
They play tomorrow against the Pirates.
Yep, should be
Oh,
interesting.
they're back.
Yeah, finally going to Pittsburgh. I watched this press conference today since they were forced to release Jordy Mercer since the rosters get smaller now.
Yeah, no, they aren't. They're staying at 28.
Yes, they're supposed
Wait a
to,
minute.
but the Tigers get an extra spot for whatever reason. I don't know if they're playing a doubleheader in Pittsburgh or not. I haven't seen, but they get 3 extra spots, and they're carrying a third catcher with them to Pittsburgh. They're using only 1 spot, and they're carrying a catcher with them, Eric Haas.
We have a
They need a
problem.
third
We have
catcher.
a problem with the fantasy
I
league.
don't know.
What's the problem?
All I'm saying is 3 of the top 6 players in fantasy points, Mike has them.
Who?
It's because they're Yankees.
Because, Aaron Judge
Judge.
has the most, and then Kyle Seager has the 5th most fantasy points. Then right behind Trent Grisham.
Trent
Huh.
Grisham?
Yeah,
Trent
he has
Grisham.
the 6th most points. He's going crazy.
Huh?
What in the world?
I mean, good for him. One.
Team is Trent Grisham
Still
on the
losing,
Mariners?
No, he's on the
Oh, the Padres.
Padres. I think
Yeah,
he
he's
just
the
added
third.
him too.
He averages 14 points a game.
Yeah, he's kind of insane.
What in the world? The last 7 days he's slugging 630.
But it makes sense Mike has him since he's made 52 moves already.
Mm-hmm. He did put up a negative 2 points against the Dodgers the other night.
Yeah, because that's the Dodgers.
But he did bounce back. Well, the night before he put up 27.7 on their heads.
I think he went off against like Colorado when they were in Colorado.
And then he went 0 for 3 right after that, and then put up a 1 for 4 night to get Mike 8 points. Yeah, against Colorado he had 22 points a game.
Yeah,
Giants he
Field
put up.
helps.
Giants he didn't. Oh no, he did play the first game. He went 0 for 3. The other 2 nights he put up 30 plus points on their heads too.
The
So-
Seager brothers are going off. Both of them are finally doing good for once.
Yeah,
Then-
Corey was like the best hitter in baseball for like a week.
Wait,
Still is. I think he's
wait.
still
The
up there.
Marlins are actually the best team in baseball by win percentage right now.
Yeah,
With like
that's what I was
9
saying.
less games and everybody.
But I guess the real best teams are actually the Cubs and the Twins right now. They're both 10-3.
No, something I saw today. It was Jeff Passan. He was like, don't take small sample size. Don't take small sample size. And he was like, if the Cubs were playing a normal season, they would be 27-5 right now. So I mean, they're having a great season.
I mean, the
Out of
Marlins would be the
nowhere.
greatest team of all time.
Low key. I mean,
if the Marlins, now let's get this right. They aren't, but if they do, if they sneak in to the playoffs this year, they have to win the World Series.
They just got to finish second at least in their division right now.
Because
Mets
the
suck.
the Marlins in their history, they're 2 for 2 or 3 for 3.
yeah.
Of the only times they made the playoffs, they've won the World Series. Every other year they haven't made the
Never know.
playoffs. So
I mean, they have to win.
they have that going for them. The only times they've ever made the playoffs is when they won the World Series. They actually, I think, the year Jose Fernandez died, they almost won the wild card, or almost made the wild card. It was the last game too when they had to play the Mets, like the first game back without Jose. And if they would have won that, they would have made the wild card, I think.
Wait, so Tigers versus Marlins World Series?
Probably. They can play above 500 again if
Just
they can
saying.
beat up on the Pirates a
saying.
little bit. If
Just
Don talks to Chris Shelton, I think his name is, into like just sending out like a bunch of children to play against the Tigers and get a few wins under their belts against them, be good. Don just needs to sabotage.
Yeah.
Another thing is the Astros are now 6-6. They're now 2.5 games behind Oakland,
But their pitching
which is
something else.
probably a surprise.
They have a new rookie making their debut every night for them.
But Bregman, Correa, and Seager are still and Altuve are all still struggling.
Seager doesn't play for them, dog.
Who did I say? Did
And-
I say Seager?
Yeah. And
you meant
Altuve's
Springer.
gone back-to-back games with bombs. Springer's coming around, and Bregman's the best hitter now. Well, besides Correa.
I mean,
So you keep living by it, but out looking at the stats.
I mean, Michael Brantley's probably still their best.
Well, yeah. Well, I think it's either him or
He's
Correa.
batting like 400.
Astros still struggling to start off the season. All I gotta say is that they need those trash cans. So,
I don't even know what team looks like the favorite right now.
That's crazy. That's the crazy part is that 2017 they were using the cans, and that was Bregman's worst season, even though it was his rookie year. His worst season in his career. So
you really can't. I mean, you really can't determine who is gonna be the best team until probably like.
I mean, everyone's
Game
gonna probably
40
say
or
the
50.
Yankees.
I don't think you'll really know who the best team is till game about 40 or 50, because then that's when teams will really start separating.
mhm.
Now no need to rush it up here, but we got about 1 minute left here.
Yes.
So you guys got anything else to say before the video ends off?
No.
Okay. So kind of weird video today. It's gonna be a little bit shorter. I'm gonna say it was rushed, but kind of a video we just decided to put together. Now I know next week or sometime coming up, we want to start a new series. We want to do a gaming part to our channel. Because we're all gamers, obviously. We're gonna start playing a little. I don't want to say let's play, but we're gonna do a couple challenges on different games. Maybe just a couple like
The
playthroughs or
rebrand.
something like that.
Waiting for the
Something like that,
servers to
but-
come back up.
Yeah.
But yeah, those will be coming out. Maybe it might be an extra upload, or it might take over for one of the podcast days. We haven't decided yet, or it might interchange. We might do a gaming video 1 week, podcast video, something like that. But yeah, so that'll. And if you guys like the video, just drop a like. Also subscribe. We're pushing our way to 70. More doubted it's getting to 60.
Have fun getting past 62. We're not getting to 63. It's a barrier there. It's not happening.
You never know. You
Like
doubt it
Danny
every time.
Phantom's wall. It's invisible.
70 by the end of August.
You got an invisible wall that's stopping you.
Who knows? We might make it there.
He's Danny Phantom.
But yeah, look out for Nick and Joe's film room on Saturday.
Yeah,
Which
who knows
might
when
turn-
that will happen.
Yeah, I was gonna say it might turn into just a Nick's film room.
A Nick film room would maybe hit.
Maybe Nick and Ben's film room. Ben might make an appearance.
Hey, you know what? I could slip into the role.
Yeah, with Boba Fett.
Little Bubba.
And
Bubba knows about my football.
A&M next
Incoming
Wednesday.
Ryan Tannehill film room.
And then maybe our first gaming video next week sometime, hopefully. I think we
servers
have an
come
idea
up.
of what we want our first game to be, but it's still up in the air there. So
It's gonna
thank
be
you
this
guys
no
for
matter what.
watching. This was a very interesting video. So thank you guys for watching, and
An
see you guys
uphill
next time.
struggle.